from the book of John, chapter 13 and 14. If you haven't realized by now, we're going to be reading the entire book of John, okay? We're going to be reading chapters 13 and 14 tonight. There you go. When you find, you can go ahead and read it for me.
Okay, St. John chapter 13. Now before the feast of the Passover, when Yahushua knew that his hour was come, that he should depart out of this world unto the Father, having loved his own which were in the world, he loved them unto the death.
Unto the end.
Unto the end, I'm sorry. And supper being ended, the devil having now put into the heart of Judas Iscariot, Simon's son, to betray him. Yahushua, knowing that the Father had given all things into his hands, and that he was come from Yahweh, and went to Yahweh, he riseth from supper, and laid aside his garments, and took a towel, and girded himself. After that he poureth water into a basin, and began to wash the disciples' feet, and to wipe them with the towel wherewith he was girded.
Salakia, even Judas's feet. So he humbled himself. He was aware of the snake. He was aware of the Benedict Arnold, if you would. He was aware of it, but still humbled himself and washed even Judas's feet. Go on.
6. Then cometh he to Simon Peter, and Peter saith unto him, Master, doest thou wash my feet? Yahushua answered and said unto him, What I do thou knowest not now, but thou shalt know hereafter. Peter saith unto him, Thou shalt never wash my feet. Yahushua answered him, If I wash thee not, thou hast no part with me. Simon Peter saith unto him, Master, not my feet only, but also my hands and my head.
Switched up all of a sudden.
Yahushua saith to him, He that is washed needeth not save to wash the feet, but is clean every whit, and ye are clean, but not all. For he knew who should betray him, therefore said he, Ye are not all clean. So after he had washed their feet, and had taken his garments, and was set down again, he said unto them, Know ye what I have to do? Know ye what I have done to you? Asking a question. Ye call me master, and ye say, Well, for so I am. If I then, your master, have washed your feet, ye also ought to wash one another's feet.
So Yahushua is showing them the example of what it takes to be a leader, to be a disciple, to be a servant of Yahweh the Father and Yahushua. You have to be humble. You have to be willing to do for others. It's not about you getting the shine and everyone else hearkening to you and sacrificing for you. You have to be willing to sacrifice for the brethren. Okay? Because not only did he humble himself by getting a basin of water and washing their funky, nasty feet, but what he did was he sacrificed in giving his life for the brethren. The greatest sacrifice there is to give. He says, I lay my life down for my friends. Okay? You are my friends. I love y'all. He said he loved them unto the end. So I'm showing you an example. All of you can't die for one another, but I'm showing you an earthly example that you might understand what I'm saying. You got to be willing to humble yourself. In this walk, we have to be willing to humble ourselves, even to those who are of less degree. That's what even Apostle Paul teaches. Condescend the men to low degree, of a low state. Okay? How do you expect them to come up if you sometimes don't come down to where they are and help to bring them up? Exhort them, edify them, encourage them. Okay? Not be hardy, not be up here, but go after Yahushua's example. Okay? When the Pharisees and the religious rulers beheld Yahushua and saw him with sketchy characters, they're like, what are you doing? You shouldn't be doing that. Why are you hanging out with them? They are sinners. You shouldn't be messing with them. You don't know my work. You blinded. You don't know what's going on. And furthermore, these sinners have more of a righteous spirit than you. I'd rather hang out with them all day than hang out with you. Because you hardy and full of yourself and your righteousness is valueless. I'd rather deal with them. They're humble. They recognize that they're sinners. And they're seeking, you know what I'm saying, salvation. Go on.
15. For I have given you an example that ye should do as I have done to you. Verily, verily, I say unto you, the servant is not greater than his master, neither he that is sent greater than he that sent him. If ye know these things, happy are ye if you do them. I speak not of you all. I know whom I have chosen, but that the scripture may be fulfilled. He that eateth bread with me hath lifted up his heel against me.
Salakia. So Yahushua continues to reiterate in the presence of all of his disciples as well as Judas, I know there's a snake in the room. I know there's someone here who's going to betray me. I'm not ignorant to these things. I knew them before. Before I manifested in the flesh, I knew. Okay? All these things have been given unto me. I know. So you may think that you're being sneaky. You may think you're being subtle. Finessing, trying to figure out a way to conspire against me. In cahoots with the Pharisees and with the government. I know you are an informant. I know you're an agent for them. You have been paid top dollar to betray me. I understand these things. I knew it already from the beginning. But I understand also that the Most High is using you to further accomplish the will that I came to fulfill, which is to die for the nation. Go on.
19. Now I tell you before it come, that when it is come to pass, you may believe that I am he.
So I'm not going to tell you after the fact, but in the spirit of a prophet, I'm going to prophesy these things, and then you're going to be able to judge the matter after the fact. You'll be able to determine whether I was a prophet or not. I'm going to tell you these things before. Mark my words. Write it down, Peter. Write it down, Andrew. All these things are going to happen, not simultaneously, but in consequential order. They're going to happen. And then when they do happen and they come to your mind, I want you to remember that I said it first. Go on.
20. Verily, verily, I say unto you, he that receiveth whomsoever I send receiveth me, and he that receiveth me receiveth him that sent me. When Yahushua had thus said, he was troubled in spirit and testified and said, Verily, verily, I say unto you, that one of you shall betray me. Then the disciples...
Salakia. He knew it, but think about this. To be in Yahushua's shoes, to know who your betrayer is from the beginning. When he called Judas Iscariot, he knew that he would fulfill the will of Satan to betray Mashiach. He knew that before he called him. So when he first shook hands with him and encountered Judas, he knew he was the betrayer. So many years later, he knew it. No matter, but to think all of the times that they spent throughout his ministry, laughing, joking, or whatever, praying, preaching, eating together, cold, rain, all of these different things. And so it's weighing on his spirit. I willingly allowed you to come into my personal space. I've allowed you to become close to me, knowing already who you were, and now realizing the deed that you are going to fulfill. I let my disciples know, even though they don't really know what's going on. They're being given forewarning. Judas, of course, knows, even though he's pretending in front of everybody. Oh, no, I'll never deny you. Who could this be that would betray you like this? Oh, wow, That's terrible, even though he knows it's him. But Yahweh Shai is realizing, man, this is really about to happen. I counted you as my boy, even though I knew that you would ultimately betray me. So it hurts, you know? It really hurts. If you be spiritual, when you recognize that the Most High has showed you things, I mean, even on a personal level, the Most High has showed you things concerning people in your life, in your social circle, showed you a glimpse of their character, showed you, you know, behind the veil, what they're really about, their true spirit, their malicious nature, whatever the case may have been, and then to see it play out, you're not surprised, but it still hurt. And that's what Yahweh Shai is dealing with. I'm not surprised at all, but it still hurt. Because I counted you as a friend. I counted you as a brother. I counted you as someone close to my heart. And now you're preparing yourself to do the most diabolical thing anyone could do. And it hurts. And it also hurts because you have been given unto me from the Father. And my wish and desire is that you would sit on thrones and judge the nation of Israel, the tribes of Israel. But Judas, you're not going to have that. You are condemned to everlasting judgment. And that's heavy on them too. Like family and relative that you try to preach to and try to minister and witness to try to get them into this truth, and they just ain't going to hear it. In your heart, it gets heavy because you know eventually I got to depart. It's like, that's mom, or that's brother, that's sister, that's my friend, former friend. And they not trying to hear this word. And it kind of hurts. I wish that they would, but what can I do? And it kind of hurts. And that's what Yahweh Shai is feeling. The weight of that. That's why he's feeling in his spirit. It is what it is. Go on.
Verse 22. Then the disciples looked one on another, doubting of whom he spake. Now there was leaning on Yahweh Shai's bosom one of his disciples, whom Yahweh Shai loved. Simon Peter therefore beckoned to him that he should ask who it should be of whom he spake. He then, lying on Yahweh Shai's breast, said unto him, Master, who is it?
Salakia. So they nosy, or curious. Let's just be real. We all would kind of be curious. Okay? Because if you think about it, no one is safe. Because you have to realize Yahweh Shai, this isn't just some prediction. He's declaring to them revelation from heaven. One of you is going to betray me. Now he knew when he declared those words that the betrayer, Judas, had already set things in motion. But you have to realize, if Mashiach, the great prophet, okay, the son of the Most High, is declaring something, you know, even though you may feel I'm righteous and I'm doing a good work, he could be talking about me. What if, you know, who's to say that I fall short and 6 months from now, I end up betraying him for some money? You know what I'm saying? And so you almost gotta kind of look at yourself. It's not, oh, I think it's him, or I think it's him. Dang, could it be me? I hope I would. I don't think that I would. Am I doing it now? Nah, I'm not doing it now. I respect him, right? It can't be me. Because there were times before, especially Peter, when he was getting reproved and rebuked. And so that's like, who is it? It's not me, is it? Please don't tell me it's me. You know, Peter just want to know. I think I would feel that way. Please don't tell me it's me. If you told me that it would be me, then I would just go. I would go away. I wouldn't even follow you no more. Because I don't want to be in a position to betray Mashiach.
I think that could be the reason why he said it over time. Because he said it more than just right here.
Yeah.
He said it quite a few times to them. And you think about it, you and I have family, people in our family that have betrayed us in one way or another. And it hurts. Even when we know that we've had dreams where Yahweh was showing us that this was going to happen. And even though we're already forewarned, when it actually happens, it still hurts. And we still are interacting with them, hoping, because our hearts are sincere, the intents of our heart towards them are, we're hoping that they're seeing our sincerity to change their minds, you know. And it reminds me of some things that when we were talking about Solomon, when you were teaching on Solomon, and this was when you were talking about Solomon not being Yahweh Shiloh. So the reincarnation kind of that. But you were saying how Yahweh made a covenant separate from his fathers, from David, that if you do this, I'll do this for you. And it's like each one of us individually, like, you know, we have this word from Yah, I want to bless you. I'll do this. All I'm asking you is to keep my laws. Don't serve other gods. Don't do this, you know, go outside of this. But it's still up to us, that final decision on what we're going to do. It's what's in our heart. And even though we're still hoping and praying for them, Yahweh Shai is our intercessor, our intermediate. He's praying that we won't betray him. So it's like, that's what I was just thinking about with you saying that, because it's so real that we get betrayed and we still deal with those that we love. We still deal with them praying, and they're sleeping right with us, or we're, you know, they're here in our homes, we're in their homes, and we know what we've seen from Yah, from him showing us. They're going to do that. They're going to stab you in the back. They're going to say some ugly things to other people about you, showing it to you months in advance, maybe even years, and you're just waiting, is this really going to happen? But hoping it's not, because I've been so sincere in befriending them and showing them love and doing things for them and with them. And then when it happens, it's like, you know that this is, so Yahweh Shai experienced those same human feelings and experiences right here that we've experienced in our own lives as well.
Go on.
I'm sorry that took so long.
Yeah, a little long-winded, but go ahead.
Verse 26. Yahweh Shai answered, He it is to whom I shall give a sop when I have dipped it. And when he had dipped the sop, he gave it to Judas Iscariot, the son of Simon. And after the sop, Satan entered into him. Then said Yahweh Shai unto him, that thou doest, do quickly.
Go ahead and do what you came to do. Betray me. So is he really speaking to Judas? He's speaking to Satan. Mm-hmm. Satan, the spirit of Satan, you know, manifested in Judas. So he's speaking to Satan. Go do what you came to do. Go on.
28. Now no man at the table knew for what intent he spake this unto him. For some of them thought, because Judas had the bag, that Yahweh Shai had said unto him, buy those things that we have need of against the feast, or that he should give some things to the poor. He then, having received the sop, went immediately out, and it was night. Therefore, when he was gone out, Yahweh Shai said, now is the Son of Man glorified, and Yahweh is glorified in him. If Yahweh be glorified in him, Yahweh shall also glorify himself in himself, shall glorify him in himself, and shall straightway glorify him. Little children, yet a little while I am with you. Ye shall seek me, and as I said unto the Jews, whither I go you cannot come. So now I say to you, a new commandment I give unto you, that you love one another as I have loved you, that ye also love one another. By this shall all men know that ye are my disciples, if ye have love one to another.
So Yahweh Shai gives his disciples a commandment. He calls it a new commandment, but it's really not new. It's really not new. Okay? This may be him uttering these words to them for the first time, but this is the commandment from the beginning. This is the commandment from the times of Abel and Cain. Love one another. Have compassion, mercy, judgment towards one another. This is how the world will know that you're mine. Know that you are the elect of Israel. This is how the world gonna know when you love one another. When we out here killing each other as we do every day, then it testifies that we're not his. Because we love not the brethren, according to the scripture. But we are commanded of Yahweh Shai. He said, this new commandment I give to you. This new commandment. Meaning he's reaffirming it, reestablishing it. That which you thought was put off and old and decayed, I'm resurrecting, I'm bringing back. I'm renewing it, I'm restoring it. Love each other. This is the commandment right here. This is what you got to do. Especially come on off of what he just said to Judas. What thou goes to do, go do quickly. Hurry up. Is he going to, go buy some food for the Sabbath or for the feast? Nah, he's going to betray me. So love one another. I want to leave you with these lasting words. I understand that my time is at hand. Save the best for last. This wasn't a new commandment. He was just wanting to give them these impactful words. This is the foundation of the law. You got to love one another. If you're not doing that, then your righteousness is worthless, man. Go on.
36. Simon Peter said unto him, Master, whither goest thou? Yahushua answered him, Whither I go, thou canst not follow me now, but thou shalt follow me afterwards. Peter said unto him, Master, why cannot I follow thee now? I will lay down my life for thy sake. Yahushua answered him, Wilt thou lay down thy life for my sake? Verily, verily, I say unto you, the cock shall not crow till thou hast denied me thrice.
He made it plain. You cut him with the precepts. Go on.
Chapter 14. Let not your heart be troubled. Ye believe in Yahweh, believe also in me. In my Father's house are many mansions. If it were not so, I would have told you. I go to prepare a place for you.
Salakia. Go back to verse 1. Let not your hearts be troubled. Ye believe in Yahweh, believe also in me. Now, when I was reading that, it just kind of makes me think about The Godfather. Now, you'll see that I make a lot of Godfather references. I enjoy that movie. But think about when the balance of power, not the balance of power, but the authority had been placed on Michael Corleone in the first Godfather, right? And Vito Corleone had become semi-retired, so to speak. And he became his wartime consigliere, right? And Clemenza and Tessia, came to Vito and had their problems. He said, do you trust my judgment? I'm giving my power. I'm giving all of this responsibility to my son. Now he's leading it. Now think about the father. I'm giving all of what I have. I'm giving it to the son. If you trust me, let's go back to verse 1. Let not your hearts be troubled. It's almost like the Father speaking through the Son. If you trust me, you trust my judgment, follow the Son. Okay? If you believe in Yahweh, believe also in me. If you followed me and have been loyal to me, the Godfather, recognize that my son Michael is now the Don. He is the Godfather. Vito said that he has my full trust. He has my full confidence. I am very confident that my son will be able to do a proficient job. Not even proficient, but will do an excellent job. Santino, unfortunately, he was a bad Don, rest in peace, as he said. But my son Michael, I have all the confidence in him. if you believe in me, if you respect me, if you fear me, if you revere me, to show the same to my son. Okay? If you be spiritual. Use that Godfather reference and be spiritual. Go on.
That's right on, though. Verse 3, and if I go and prepare a place for you, I will come again and receive you unto myself, that where I am, there ye may be also. And whither I go ye know, and the way ye know. Thomas saith unto him, Master, we know not whither thou goest, and how can we know the way? Yahushua saith unto him, I am the way, the truth, and the life. No man cometh unto the Father but by me. If ye had known me, you should have known my Father also. And from henceforth you know him, and have seen him. Philip saith unto him, Master, show us the Father, and it sufficeth us. Yahushua saith unto him, Have I been so long with you, and ye...
So long time.
I'm sorry. Yahushua saith unto him, Have I been so long time with you, and yet hast thou not known me, Philip? He that hath seen me hath seen the Father. And how sayest thou then, Show us the Father?
Salakia. Another Godfather reference. Okay? Now remember, I believe it's the first movie. Yeah, it is the first movie. When Michael met Fredo in Las Vegas, right? And Michael had the confrontation with Mo Green and wanted to buy him out. And Mo Green got upset and left the room, and Fredo was coming to Mike and said, Mike, you can't do that. You know, and Tom is there. And Fredo was trying to circumvent the authority of Michael and trying to ask for their father's approval or for his response. And Tom said, your father is semi-retired. Michael is in charge. And what did the son, Michael, say to Fredo, his brethren? What did he say? Don't you ever go against a family like that again. You're my brother and I love you, but don't you ever do that again. Okay? So go back to that passage. He said, if thou hast seen me, thou hast seen the Father. So in that scene, if you be spiritual again, you kind of see that. Where Fredo is like, Philip, where's the Father? I want to know what the Father thinks. I'm in charge. He's given that authority to me. So if you're seeking me, whatever answer I give you would be the same answer you get from the Father. If you've seen me, you've seen the Father. If you be spiritual. You can use the Godfather and break down precepts. If you be spiritual. You can use a lot of different things as a parable. Okay? You can't circumvent Yahushua. You can't circumvent him and try to get to the kingdom. He said, I am the way, the truth, and the life. I'm the Don. I'm in charge. I have been given this of my Father. Okay? Go on.
Verse 10. Believest thou not that I am in the Father, and the Father in me? The words that I speak unto you, I speak not of myself, but the Father that dwelleth in me, he doth the works. Believe that I am in the Father, and the Father in me, or else believe me for the very work's sake.
So if you're not going to believe on me, at least believe me for the miracle's sake. Who else you know that can perform these miracles, man? You've been around me for 3 years. You don't know? Or you're going to be just as stiff-necked as the other people who said they saw the divers miracles of Yahushua and they still didn't believe on him. And that's really crazy. To see all these miracles and it don't even move you. It don't even move you. It's like, oh, okay, it's like a movie or something. You just watch it, and then when it's over, you go back to your normal life. You weren't compelled to follow Yahushua and keep these laws and statutes. Just, okay, that's cool. Oh, wow, he did something miraculous. Oh, that's nice. That's kind of dope. That's kind of cool. And then go back to your sinful life. At least believe on me for the work's sake. Dang. If you're not going to believe what I'm saying, at least... You know what I'm saying? If if someone is counted wise and intelligent, and you don't think so, okay, then at least the fact that other scientists and important, intelligent people respect their opinion, that should cause you to at least esteem my words just a little bit more, right? I'm talking to you, trying to give you understanding of things. I don't think you know what you're talking about. Okay. And then someone really renowned and intelligent and smart comes to sit down and he's like, wow, I really respect your opinion on things. Usually it should cause you to, you know what I'm saying? Esteem that person's words more. Go on.
12. Verily, verily, I say unto you, he that believeth on me, the works that I do shall he do also. And greater works than these shall he do, because I go unto my Father. And whatsoever ye shall ask in my name, that will I do, that the Father may be glorified in the Son. If you shall ask anything in my name, I will do it. If ye love me, keep my commandments. And I will pray the Father, and he shall give you another comforter, that he may abide with you forever. Even the Spirit of truth, whom the world cannot receive, because it seeth him not, neither knoweth him, but ye know him, for he dwelleth with you and shall be in you. I will not leave you comfortless, I will come to you. Yet a little while, and the world seeth me no more. But ye see me, because I live, ye shall live also. And that at that day ye shall know that I am in my Father, and you in me, and I in you. He that hath my commandments and keepeth them, he it is that loveth me. And he that loveth me shall be loved of my Father. And I will love him and will manifest myself to him.
Salakia, so but Yahweh Shai is pretty much saying that there's going to be a spiritual oneness between the Father, between the Son, and between those that believe on him. No more separation. No more degrees of separation. There will be spiritual oneness. The Father, the Son, and the believer. The elect. All in one. All in one. Through obedience. How can a group of people be made one when they all agree? They are all on one accord. They all are of the same mind. And they can move like one organism. And that's what Yahweh Shai is trying to break down to. If you believe on me and be obedient, then there will be, you know what I'm saying, unification, oneness between the Father, myself, and you.